Hi there, my name is Tracy and this is the 3-Wick Thesis candle channel. Today I have for you an episode of Lighting the Way where we're going to talk about a candle from Bath & Body Works. I'll show you the label, wax, the wicks. We'll talk about the cold impression, scent notes. Then I'll go out and burn it 2 or 3 times and come back and share with you my candle performance rubric, which explores scent quality, throw, burn quality, and the aesthetics of the candle. Today's episode is Kitchen Lemon, which is a White Barn candle by Bath & Body Works. This is a part of their new redesign of the neutrals line, which makes me very happy. One, because the amazing, beautiful, bright colors that we got with this new redesign, but also the hope that the jars have evolved and changed for the better. Now, I can tell you that the research I did on these new jars was positive. If you haven't already watched my Lavender Bergamot research on the new White Barn jars, I'll go ahead and put a link to that video in the description below. I do recommend checking that out. I spent about 4 or 5 days burning the new one, found out that the burn quality has improved tremendously, and I'm really excited to purchase a couple from the new line for that reason. So Kitchen Lemon has scent notes of zesty lemon, sparkling citrus, and Italian bergamot. This is delicious, y'all. It is a juicy, juicy, juicy lemon, and I actually get what smells sugary. That might be the sparkling part of the sparkling citrus. It almost feels like a crystallized sugar or like large sugar crystals. There's just a sweetness to it. It does remind me quite a bit of the sugar lemonade or the sugared lemon zest, although I think closer to the sugar lemonade than the sugared lemon zest. But very similar. If you like those two candles, you'll like this one. Beautiful scent on cold. I've never burned this one, so I don't know how it evolves. I'm excited to find out. You've got the white wax, and this one has kind of thin, stiff, ropey wicks. I also love that they color matched all of the lids. So you've got the White Barn brand embossed on the top. This is matte finish, and then the jar is glossy, so you get some contrast in terms of texture, but you also get amazing color pop from that lid. So just gorgeous design, beautiful scent, and I cannot wait to share my rubric with you. I'm going to go burn this, and I'll be right back after the cut to share my findings. Alright, y'all, so I am back after burning the Kitchen Lemon candle. Now, normally with my Lighting the Way series, I get about 3 or 4 burns in, and I'll share some footage with you and talk about the candle performance rubric. With this one, I made sure to burn all the way to the end. I have burned the entire candle, so I am going to post the video of what it looks like illuminated here and give you some insights into kind of what it looks like while it's burning. But I also wanted to come on, show my face, and share the jar with you because this one did not perform as well as the Lavender Bergamot. Now I'm wondering, because these were both a part of the jar refresh of the White Barn candles, I'm wondering if it's not a wick issue, because with the Lavender Bergamot we had core wicks. This one had more of the like thin, stiff, ropey wicks, and I'm wondering if that's not going to make a difference. Now I do have the Sunny Coconut one that I'm also currently in the process of testing and doing a Lighting the Way episode for. And that one has thin wicks. So I didn't intend to have one of each type of wick, but that's what I ended up with. So at the end of all of this insight and research, we'll have a better understanding of how the different wicks are operating. And even then, it may not be the wicks, because I know certain wicks are chosen for certain wax formulas, and it's possible that it could be the wax formula that made this one burn differently. So in general, this one was a really clean, just like the other bergamot lavender jar, until the last third. So this was performing beautifully. I didn't have soot. The wax pool was staying clean. And then all of a sudden I got probably, I'd say about right here. Actually, it's where you can see the soot line. And then all of a sudden the wax pool turned like a grayish black. I didn't see visual sooting, so it's also possible that some of that is just wick residue, but it does look like soot to me. And you can also see there's soot on the jar here and here. It's actually looking quite a bit like the pumpkin spice latte candle that I shared with you, that I thought, well, it's just the old jar style. but it looks like if you get one with the thin ropey wicks or whatever wax formula goes into the kitchen lemon, it's possible that you'll have a similar experience. Wanted to pop on here, let you know, give you my thorough insights. I didn't treat this one any differently than the Lavender Bergamot. I still trimmed my wicks. I watched it. I don't burn it for more than a couple of hours. And it had this problem. So it's not me. It's something going on with this jar in particular. Would I buy this one again? I absolutely would. Even with the burn issue, and I'll tell you why. The burn issues that were here didn't affect the quality of the scent. This is a delicious lemon fragrance. It doesn't say that it's sugared, it just says sparkling citrus. But for me, this was like the best of both worlds. In terms of scent quality, you had that really bright, citrusy, zesty lemon, but then you also had like a sense of a sugared lemon. So it was almost like a sugared lemonade or a sugared lemon fragrance, but leaned more zesty. And I really like that. It makes it a little bit fresher, a little bit cleaner, less cloying, and I feel like it worked really well to light this after I had made dinner. I made pork one night, I had ground beef I made a different night, and I lit this up and it really did help just freshen up the aroma in the air. So I would still give this an 8 for scent quality. The wick issues and the soot didn't affect the smell of the candle, at least not while burning. And even now when I'm sniffing it, I don't smell soot. And I would expect to, given the way the jar looks. Yeah, I just smell sweet lemon. It's a gorgeous fragrance. And the bergamot, I don't get the bergamot really strong. To me, this is just a zesty lemon, a zesty sugar crystal lemon candle. So I would still give this an A for scent quality. In terms of burn quality, I would assign it a B. That's because of the residue that's in the jar and in the wax pool. It ultimately did not affect the burn or the smell. So I'm not going to mark it down as low as I would with like the pumpkin spice latte candle. But I am going to ding it just because this is ugly, right? Like I don't really want to look into a candle and see that kind of mess. This is a thrower. It was really good. It was successful in my open concept. It was really strong in my smaller room. I was not overwhelmed by it in the smaller space. I never felt like I needed to burn it out because it was too much. So the throw was strong, but not overwhelming. And then with the aesthetics, I'd probably give this a C just because it looks like all the other jars. Maybe maybe a B because I love the lid. I love the color matching lid. I like how sleek this looks. It's very kind of modern, fresh. I like it, but it's also just not unique, right? It looks like all the other candles in this line. So I'm feeling kind tonight. I'll give it a B. So I'm going to put the GPA up here because I have not done the math. I'm tired today. And I'll put the grade up here as well because I do need to do the math, and I'll do that during the edit. This would be a repurchase for me. Even with those burn issues, I am a little bit worried that the new relabeling refresh of this jar isn't going to be equivalent. Not all scents will perform the same. I will again update you once I have the Sunny Coconut burn down. I'm about halfway through that one right now, and we'll just talk about, did the thin wicks perform better? And if it's an issue where I think the core wicks are what's making the difference, I will buy another core wick in the line and test that as well. We're just going to keep testing it to see what's up and see if we can figure out what it is about these candles that make them burn effectively or not. All right, y'all. Let me know if you have any questions. You can put those in the comment box below. Also, if you own this candle and have had a similar experience, or if it's varied, I would love to have you input and share those with the community. That way we have a more general idea of what the experience could be. If you are already subscribed and a returning viewer, thanks so much for being here with me today. If you are new, you like this type of review, I do these pretty frequently. I also do haul videos, and I do a weekend deals video on Thursday that talks about upcoming sales. I would love to have you join me for those things, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Okay, that's it for tonight. I will see you tomorrow with my weekend deals episode. Can't wait to share new products and upcoming sales with you. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.